Well, good evening, folks, and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman out here hunting for some morel mushrooms. I found a few up here, and I came over to this open place here. It's a little bit more open here. There's a poplar tree there. There's a hickory. Let's see, that looks like a mockernut hickory. And then a few other mixed trees. There's a persimmon there. And a few poplars. There's a poplar back there, and I'm looking down at the ground here, and I'm starting to find some yellow morels. There's one there. One there. Two over there. There's another one in the distance. Another one there. I'm starting to find them right here. So there's a big one right there. Pretty good size. I'm going to throw these in my hat. That's a pretty good sized mushroom there. And one over here. I'll look around, see if I can find some more. Now we get a good little mess here. There's one right there. Snatch him up. One right there. Here's some. There. There. Wow, there's a whole cluster of them here. These are all kind of small, but there's a few decent ones in here. Here. There. Some of these have been up for a while, but anyway, there's some in my hat. I'll go ahead and throw these in my bag. I brought this mesh bag with me. Well, folks, I checked this whole area here and I just didn't find any more mushrooms, any more morels. But I did get a pretty good little mess out of that one batch. And you know, a lot of times that's the way it is. You find one, look around, because quite often you can find a dozen or more growing right in that one area. And sometimes you find a whole stretch, I mean a great big place where there's one mushroom after another, and then you'll find 3 or 4 together, and it's just a real search. You know, they don't call it mushroom hunting for anything. But speaking of hunting, as you can see here behind me, the sun's starting to go down. I need to get on home because tomorrow morning is opening day for turkey season, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think the wind is starting to calm down. We ought to have a nice morning in the turkey woods, so come along with me. Well, good morning, friends. Here it is, opening day of another turkey season. This is Saturday, April the 13th. Came out here where I scouted, and wouldn't you know it, I'm not hearing a gobble right here. I'm hearing them, of course, over here on private land. I don't know what's going on. I think I may go up here and do a little blind calling right up there by those big trees. I know there's turkeys here. Just because they're not gobbling doesn't mean they're not here. Pretty sure that turkey over there on private has hens with him because he's just gobbling real sporadically, you know, about once every 3 or 4 minutes. I heard the first gobble this morning at 5:55 and 5 minutes till 6. Anyway, I hear something moving right up there in those woods. So I'm going to set up right up here and just do a little calling. Let's give it a try. It's fresh scratchings right here. Right there. Right there. All over here. That other hillside there is scratched up. Find me a good tree here. Get set up. I think I'll sit right here. Up here, I heard some movement. I don't know what it was. Could have been deer, could have been squirrels, could have been turkey. This is a good place to just kind of rest and listen, you know. A lot of turkey hunting is just listening. Thought I heard a turkey gobble. Well, folks, I don't know what happened. I paced that off. It was right at about 36, 37 yards. I don't know if the camera got the turkey on video, but when I shot, I don't know if I shot above him or what, but he just took off that way. I mean, hard. I didn't even scratch that bird, I don't think. Man, that I thought for sure it was going to happen right there. And it almost did. Well, it's not the first time that happened to me. I think my pattern got broken up by some of that vegetation up there. I should have just waited till he came out right over here. Man. All right. I think I'm just going to sit here for a little while and see what happens. Well, folks, I came over here in the direction that turkey went and thought maybe I could hear him flopping in case I wounded him, you know, and he was dying or whatever, but I believe he's going to be all right. What a way to start the season. I mean, get in the woods, get on a turkey that's gobbling. He's by himself, the ideal turkey to call in, and then miss like that. But you know, I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you guys out there too, you know, that have hunted long enough. Sooner or later, you're going to make a shot and you just don't know what happened. That turkey should have been on the ground. I think I pulled a little bit. Maybe shot in front of him or above him or something. I'm not real sure. And then I get up here while I'm looking for this turkey and I got a doe blowing at me like crazy down here. You can hear her. What a way to start the season. I'm going to let that turkey rest for about a week or so, and then I'm going to come back in here and try it. But I'm going to work my way around to that other ridge over there. Give that turkey maybe a little bit of time, or any other turkeys that are in here. Let them regroup, and maybe we'll call one in. I don't know. Wow. I still can't get over that. Oh, it just keeps replaying in my mind. I think that's one of those times when you look at yourself and you're like, you know, you've hunted long enough, you know, to be more patient. And that's what I should have done. I should have been a little more patient. I think that turkey would have offered me a better shot. But you know, I thought I had his head right there in my sights. Thought I saw some movement over there. But anyway, get over here and explore this other hillside over here a little bit. Well, my friends, I just spooked what I think is a gobbler over there on that hillside. He just ran up the hill there, and we're going to leave him in peace. But walking through here, I was looking for a place to set up and ran across that. think that's been here for a while. But anyway, I'm gonna get right over here and set up. Right over in there. I'm gonna get right over in there and get set up. I got a feeling there may be some turkeys on the other side over there. So we'll give it a shot. Who knows? Maybe things will turn around. Finding lots of sign in here. Lots of fresh sign. Just heard one gobble back that way. That sounded like the bird I shot at this morning. Well, friends, I got set up here. I think I'm quite a bit closer to where I heard that turkey gobble. I heard him twice. My good friend Doug just called me. He just got one this morning. So his luck's been a little bit better than mine. But let me go ahead and make a few calls here. I think I'm in a good setup here. If that bird's somewhere around here, he ought to be able to hear this. I'm going to use a walnut striker. See what happens here. I'm just going to sporadically call like that for a little while and see what happens here. Be back with you. Well, guys, the turkey's still gobbling behind me, and I thought I heard some movement, and I turned around and looked, and there was a guy with his grandson. They're headed in that direction. So I'm going to get up and get out of here. I'm going to head back that way, see if maybe that bird will come up that draw right there. I heard him 3 more times while I was sitting here. They'll probably spook him though, because it looks like they're heading right in that direction. Well, my friends, I relocated, and I think the turkey's back down this way. I can't be sure because, you know, they move all the time anyway. But I think it was the turkey that I shot at this morning. I heard him gobble a few more times. I'm just going to sit here and just take it real easy, just relax. Might even catch a little snooze here, but I want to do a little calling, see if he might answer. You never know when one might come slipping in here. Never can tell. Well, folks, I think that turkey, I don't think he's on this side. I think he's on that side over there. Let's give him a try. Let's just see what he does here. It'd be tough to call him up here. That sounds like a Jake. When I was back there, I heard two gobbles. I couldn't tell if he's over here, over there, or if he's in this bottom. Could not make that determination. There's a deer. I'm looking at a deer over here. Going up the hill. There's that deer. Man, he's right over there. he's right over there. Sounds like he's close. That turkey's over here. He's coming. Turkey's coming. He's right over here, folks. I see him. I just saw him. There he is. I didn't miss that one. Good bird. beard. All right. Guess it did happen this morning, didn't it? All right. Well, folks, boy, he's heavy. Got me a long beard here. He doesn't have a real long beard, but he's a good gobbler. Man, he's heavy. Lord. All right. Up here where I called him. I sat right here. Right there was my setup. Behind that old gum tree there. How about that? Well, my friends, I guess it did happen. It's opening day, and I managed to tag my gobbler. I missed that one first thing this morning. I called him up, but this one here really put on a better show. I don't know if I got it on camera, but he come in spitting and drumming and gobbling, doing just like he is supposed to. And that's another one that fell to the old walnut striker and my slate call, slate over glass. That right there, boy. That's a deadly call. When I shot, I heard another one gobble back there. So apparently there's more than one gobbler in that bunch. Now that I got my bird, I don't want to drag him out of here until I get him tagged in, because Tennessee has a new law. It says tag before you drag, so I've got to get this bird tagged in. Harvest reporting. Okay. Turkey harvest. Sometimes this thing won't go through depending on your location. Okay. Big game license holder. All right, my harvest report has been submitted. You know, the only thing I regret about taking this turkey is that my grandson wasn't here. He could have shot that bird so easy. I mean, he was right there. I mean, just, he was in full strut and he kind of put his head up and I took the shot. That would have been just perfect for him. All right, I'm gonna call Doug. He caught one this morning. Now I gotta tell him I got mine.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
He'll call me back. I gotta call my wife here.
Hello.
Bingo!
Got one?
Yep.
All right.
I called up 3 of them. I wish Alex had been here. When I shot him, 2 more gobbled right behind him.
You got one, Alex?
He came in strutting and gobbling and everything. I wish Alex had been here. Man. So tell him, if he wants to go, tell him to get ready and we'll go somewhere.
Alex, if you want to go hunting, Papa said get ready and he'll take you somewhere, because there was a bunch of them in there. He got one. He's just looking at me.
Well, I'll be home shortly.
All right.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, you got to share those moments with your significant other. But I wanted to call my friend Doug first because he's an old-time turkey hunter. I've known him for years, and he had to tell me that he got one this morning, and I wanted to inform him that I got one too. So anyway, we're gonna get this bird out of here. But before we do, you know, I want to kind of soak up this moment. Just kind of share it with you. And the reason I looked over there, I thought I heard another one, but I didn't. Kind of want to soak up the moment and just, you know, tell you about the events of what happened. So stick with me just a minute. Well, my friends, here's the turkey that I got. He's a nice 2-year-old. And there's another one putting down there right now that was with this bunch. My grandson were here. I believe I could call those turkeys back in. But anyway, I kept hearing one gobble sporadically, you know, just in and out. And I worked my way across that ridge over there, came through that bottom and up on this ridge, and was crossing that log over there. There's a log there. I stepped over it and there was a little clear spot, and I took my call and just called, and I got an answer. But I couldn't tell for sure which side he was on. And then I chose this spot right here because I got a good vantage point. I had a deer move in on me up there. I think I got that on video. And bird answered. It was this bird right here. So I just let a little time go by and I called again. And he answered back, but I could tell he was coming closer. He was a lot closer. That second time I heard him. You know, he was like right in that little bottom there. I knew he was moving in, and that's when I repositioned the camera. Couldn't really see too much because there's some brush right there, but I think I got some glimpses of him coming in there. And I hit that call, and when he was standing down there, I saw his head go like that. You know how they gobble and they stretch their heads out. I said, man, that bird's right here. So I got my gun ready. I stayed behind this tree here and used it for cover. And then I could hear him spitting and drumming. And he came out from behind that other tree, and when he came into range, I already had the gun on him. And he stuck that head out just a little bit, and I was able to make a clean shot, you know, able to make a good shot on this bird. So I'm thankful to get him, got him checked in, and now it's time to head home. But you know, sometimes when you're successful like this, you just want to kind of sit back and relish the moment because of what the good Lord has provided for us. You know, there's so much that He's given us, and to be able to come out here on a spring day like today, it's just a beautiful day, absolutely gorgeous. And to participate in this wonderful activity of turkey hunting, it's just a really nice privilege to be able to participate in it, and to get the chance to harvest one of these great birds. America's greatest game bird. Well, my friends, I had to bring this turkey home and do the conclusion of this video here because, as so often happens, the battery on my camera died. And you know, these camera batteries just never seem to last as long as you want them to. But honestly, I mean, I had quite a bit of footage on that one charge, and I wanted to share that with you. So I decided to bring this turkey home, and I've got him nicely displayed here against this hickory tree. Pretty good sized bird, really heavy. You know, I had a time toting him out of there. But he's heavier than most turkeys. I would guess he's 26 pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. I need to make sure, but it's either that or I'm getting older, you know. But I had a time getting him out of the woods. Now, this morning I started out and I heard a few birds gobble there. I wanted to kind of go over and give you a review of how my morning went on opening day of turkey season because I was really looking forward to this day. Like I said, I wanted my grandson to join me, but he just didn't want to get up, and he would rather go fishing anyway, and that's okay. But anyway, I got on a bird right away. I mean, I wasn't even out there 35 minutes or so, and I had one gobbling really close, as you could see from the video. And that bird actually came in. You know, he didn't gobble much, but he responded a couple of times and he came right in there. And I think what happened, you know, I keep going over this in my mind, as many of you do, whenever you make a shot that doesn't connect. I think what happened is his head actually dropped right when I squeezed the trigger, and I believe the shot went over his head. And that turkey, I mean, he took off out of there in a hurry, really hard. So I don't believe I even scratched that turkey. I didn't, you know, if any pellets hit him, there was very few. Nothing lethal, and I'm sure he'll recover. So anyway, that bird went on, and I believe I heard him gobble again later on, because he was right there in that same area, just a little bit further down from where I encountered him. And I think that was the same bird, so he should be just fine. Well, I was rather discouraged because it was opening day, and I started my opening season with a miss like that, and I was really beating myself up. So I went into another section of woods there where I had encountered turkeys before, and I went in there 2 years ago with my grandson and called in a really nice bird. Unfortunately, he didn't get that bird because it was my fault. I had him set up on the wrong side of the tree, and that bird came in on my side of the tree. And it's quite often, you know, it's hard to really know which way they're going to come in. But that would have been a great turkey for him to take. But as I entered that section of woods, I looked on the ground and I found this shed just laying there. And you know, something about finding that shed just kind of lifted my spirits up. And I said, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. You know, it's opening day, it's springtime. You know, you waited all winter for this day to arrive. It's not time to give up. Keep going. So I heard a bird gobble in the distance, and I tried to move in closer to him, and I got set up. But then I heard some noise behind me. I thought it was that bird coming in, and it was an older gentleman and his grandson. I don't know if they were after that bird or what they were doing, but I was watching them come through, and finally the guy saw me wave at him, and he went on. And they left. I never saw them again. So I went through that section of woods, set up on that bird, and I think that bird had hens with him. He would respond very sporadically every now and then, but he just never really responded like, you know, it was a bird that you could work, that you could bring in into shotgun range. He was always staying at a distance, and a lot of times the next time I heard him gobble, he was even further away, which told me most likely he had hens with him. So I moved away from that bird, went across a gully and up another ridge, and I went out, and I was going to try another section up there, and I just happened to stop after I stepped over a log on my way out, and I hit the call, and I had one gobble back at me right there. I mean, just like that. And it was this bird here. So I went back down, and I got set up between two big trees, and I had a deer come in on me. I think you saw that in the video, like I mentioned earlier. And I was really hoping that that deer wasn't going to mess me up, just in case these birds would come in. So I started calling, and I was getting a response. And then about the third time I started calling, I could tell they were getting a lot closer, but they were behind me. So I had to get up and face the camera behind me and get my gun pointed in that direction, because this bird was coming. You know, the first time I saw him, like I said earlier, I saw his head stretch out, and I mean, he hammered back hard, you know. And I could tell he was in full strut, and then he would come out of strut, and he was approaching. He was definitely coming. And from my vantage point, I could see some more birds behind him. Well, anyway, this bird worked right on in. He got behind a tree, and then as he came out the other side, I made a clean shot. And that just made my morning. You know, that all that other stuff about missing that bird just suddenly went away because I was successful. And I hope that other bird makes it just fine. I'm sure he will. So anyway, folks, I just wanted to rehash it real quick and kind of give you an idea of what happened from my perspective. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll try to bring you some more. Tomorrow is another day that we're going to have great weather, you know, and I expect to go out. Here I'm allowed 2 turkeys. This is the first one. here in Tennessee. And if I harvest another one, then I'll be done for the season. But I would really like for my grandson to get one. If I could just find the words of encouragement to get him up and going, you know. I think if he ever experiences success in the turkey woods, he'll be more likely to go. And that's what I need to do. So with that being said, let me remind you, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, whatever your outdoor pursuit happens to be, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But also remember this, hit that like button, smash that bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this one will be coming your way. So until next time, y'all get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. God bless and take care. I'll be seeing you.